Hey guys, this is Margarita, your girl from Dominican Life. Today, in a special occasion, because I'm sitting here with Aidan and Anne, who bought properties with me, and we're going to talk about the process. So I am sitting in a wonderful couch and super relaxed. AC is on because it's hot here. For some people, that's an advantage. Sometimes it gets too hot for us. So let's talk about buying properties in the Dominican Republic and how it is from the side of view of the customers, of the clients. So welcome, Aidan. Welcome, Anne.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So let's first start. How did you end up here? Let's tell the people who are watching us a little bit about your story. Maybe just to cut it into pieces. When did you start looking to find a property in the Dominican Republic, Aidan?
I would say it's probably about 2.5 years ago when COVID started. So we were sitting at home and we were watching a few of the shows. I think you know one or two of them. So we were watching specifically about Dominican life and how people were buying properties in Dominican. And I told my friend at the time, and she said, "Oh yeah, what does Anne think about it?" I said, "Well, Anne doesn't know yet."
Yeah, that's always like, normally it's the other way around. Normally it's the woman who decides and the man who pays.
No, I got Anne to pay.
That's funny. So 2.5 years ago, the process started. So you started thinking about it. And how did you go about that? How did you start? Because if you want to change your life, where do you start?
Do you want me to start?
Yeah, you go ahead and start.
Okay, because usually what happens is Aidan is doing a lot of work online, checking out what stuff. So we did originally, because we've traveled to Puerto Plata and stayed at Playa Dorada 6 times for all-inclusives. So we never really got to see the other side of Dominican life. But we did travel to Trinidad, Tobago, because we wanted to try something different. And in Tobago, we rented a car, drove around, saw different places, and thought we could do this. But the prices in Dominican are so much better than Tobago. Tobago is like Canada, similar prices. And I find the prices here relative to everywhere else in this whole area are amazing. That's why we ended up here.
Yeah. So, and then how did you bring the message to Anne? When did you take her in your voyage to
on Sunday mornings, lying in bed, watching the shows. It's funny because we didn't realize it at the time, but we had seen you on House Hunters International, and we had seen you in the other one. What is it? Moving to the Caribbean Life. We had seen you in that and didn't realize it. So when we made contact initially, it was in Las Terrenas, and Stephen Hattie and Patrick. Like, I feel like I know Patrick well because I've never met the guy, but I see all his videos. And Patrick called back straight away and referred me to Stephen, and then Stephen was looking at some properties for us. And then we flipped a little bit because I talked to Anne about the amount of Canadian business that comes to Puerto Plata Airport. So there's 4 airlines from Canada that come, and on a regular basis year-round, whereas in Samana, which is the closest airport to Las Terrenas, there wasn't as much traffic coming. And we feel, we have rental property here that we're going to get more business from people coming from home because we can advertise it at home on Facebook, etc. We have friends who've already come to stay here. So we thought the proximity to the airport, which is about 15 minutes and good traffic, and then the prices, that's why we settled for Sosua.
Yeah. And you agreed upon all this?
I did.
How did you feel?
Well, I fell in love with the Dominican years before Aidan came here. So I brought high school students on mission trips here, not to Sosua, but we were in Consuelo in the central part of the Dominican. And so I already had a deep love for the people here in the Dominican. And so it wasn't a lot of difficulty for Aidan to convince me to think about living here at least part-time of our life. So no, I love the Dominican, and I love the people, and I love the culture. So I'm really thrilled with our decision all around.
So before getting into the deep process of how we went about and how the process went, just a little jokey question. How does it feel, the difference between everyday snow or everyday sun?
Oh, it's no-brainer. I did post on Facebook yesterday because what they had in Canada yesterday, where we both worked in schools, was a snow day. So in the morning, the bus company decides there's so much snow and ice that they're not going to run the buses, which means the schools are empty. Staff still have to go in, and usually, you can be in by 10 o'clock and it's still okay. So yesterday I had a video montage from Facebook, and I posted snow days that we've had in the past with different snow pictures, and said, I miss my snow days like I miss a toothache.
I think I saw the post. I follow you on Facebook because, of course, when you go through, for the people who are watching, when you go through a process of guiding people to the right property, you get to know one another, you have chats, long conversations, and of course, you also start to appreciate people, know a little bit more about their lives, and they get to know a little bit about yours. So you sort of become friends because it's an intense process. It's not just like buying a home in Canada in your case, or in the US for other people, or Europe. It is different. It's another language, and you really need somebody who can guide you through the process. So that's what we with Go Dominican Life try to do.
So for me, I worked in real estate business for, new home sales for 4 years, and real estate for 16 years in Canada. So I knew who it was that I wanted to help us, and we wanted somebody that was personable but hardworking. And I think we got both. So we don't see you as our realtor anymore. We see you as a friend.
Oh,
and that's important.
Oh, my heart.
I think one of the things that we've appreciated, or several of the things that we've appreciated so much about this kind of connection that Margarita has had with us, is when we were here in August, when we took our one-bedroom condo this past August. Margarita took time to sort of take us around a little bit and took us to a couple of markets and places that she thought that we would like. And so we actually, on our first day, we walked down to the grocery store at the supermercado, and Margarita was in the grocery store. She drove us home with all of our big groceries because it was our first grocery trip. Now, how lucky is that you could land, later in the evening, the previous evening, need to pick up all your groceries because your fridge is pretty much empty, and you get to the grocery store and there's Margarita, and she says, can I give you a ride home? And we had bags and bags and bags of groceries that day. So lots of little things like that make a big difference for people like us who are coming from somewhere else. And we chose not to have a car. That was our decision. We like to walk, so sometimes we have to take a taxi, of course, but in that case, Margarita was there to give us a lift home.
We didn't want something in town. We wanted something where it was quieter outside of town, but we could walk to Playa in 10 minutes, and we can be at Sosua Beach or Playa Alicia within another 5 minutes. So 15 minutes to the beach, 10 minutes to the grocery store is perfect for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's, I try to assist people where I can. I always try, when I go to the supermarket, walk around with a big smile, and I always try not to hide. So I try to do my job well so people like me when they see me in the supermarket. Yeah. That's always my goal. And so let's go maybe. But
it was interesting when we met you in that supermarket, you had only talked to me over a video call. I had never been here before. The first time I ever came to Sosua, we came in August to close the house. I had never been here before.
Yeah, I know.
And for me, as a realtor, I saw the plan, I saw the location, it worked for me. But Anne had to come down in March break last year from school with her daughter Sarah, our daughter Sarah, and have a look around. And I don't know if you want to talk about that experience a little bit.
So maybe let's break it down a little bit. So we started about 2.5 years to browse.
Yeah.
When did you first get in touch with our company? Let's say with Steven, and then when did you get in touch, for example, with me to look in this area?
So we're in 2023 right now. So I would say probably December 2021 or January 2022 we were in touch with Stephen.
A little over a year ago.
Yeah, a year and a half now, I guess. But, we're still in February,
we're
aren't
still
we?
in February.
Okay, wow. See, you lose track of time.
Yeah, when you're in the Dominican Republic, you get you
it's
you
okay.
lose all the calendar doesn't exist anymore.
I know, that's okay though. We're fine with that. We're retired now. We retired early because we want to come and make the most of this while we can. So we're not 60 yet, but we thought, we'll make more money if we stay longer in school and work out our pensions, but we wanted to come and enjoy it while we can. And I think that's important. And I think you have to know when you're ready.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing. Our friends Olivia and Tracy did a video yesterday about retirement, when you should do it. And for each person, it's different.
Of course.
But I think part of the issue is making that jump. And I think if people wanted to talk to us, they could reach us through you, Margarita. We would love to help them walk through the process as much as you do, because we have experienced it coming from Canada. We love it, and I think the honeymoon's not over yet, but I think the honeymoon's going to continue for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, and they always say, that's a phrase that Patrick always uses, and I think it's the best phrase that you could use to start a new life is better at the beach. Although you're not on the beach, but when it's closed, that's where we all want to be. Because we all want to improve our lifestyles. I think COVID helped with that, because during COVID, everybody realized that where they were at that time wasn't maybe not the place where they wanted to be. And people are more conscious on their life choices. So even, we're all close in age, but there are also younger people who decide to make the move and come down, sell their house where they are, and buy a property here, and are still in their 30s. Because because of COVID, they decided that they can work online, and why not work in a place where it's sunny, and when you are on your lunch break, you can jump in the pool or go to the beach for an hour. Yeah, that's what people now realize, that the quality of life is better in a place like this.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned that, because we had some friends visit from Canada about a week and a half ago, and this particular couple, they're kids of my friends in Canada, and they're here looking for a house with Sophie, who's with your company as well. Yeah. So they would be, I'm going to guess, Brian and Elaine are in their late 40s maybe, and they're here looking for property because they can work from home and they know it. So, you're right, different people, different ages, it's whatever works for you.
Yeah, in my case, personally, because I wasn't born here, I'm from Belgium, I'm not from Canada, like most of the people in our team. We have a mix of nationalities, of course, but I'm from Belgium originally. And I came here like over 12 years ago. So I'm 56 now. So I was 42 at that time when I came, or 43. And of course, that's too young to leave your job alone. But, I found a new goal in life. And for me, the most satisfaction that I get from my job is that I had a dream once and somebody helped me to achieve it, and now I can do the same for all these people, because it's not just selling a house. We also try and assist the people in through the process of not just getting a home, but also opening a bank account, getting in touch with an insurance company, show you where all the good places are to go for dinner, where are the supermarkets, where can you buy international products, and maybe a bunch of other things that I'm not thinking about. Or maybe schooling, because people who are younger and coming with their kids, they want to know where they can go to school, so we can get you in touch with the principal of a school and have a talk and help you in language institutes and all these things. So that's where we try and assist, and where I was assisted when I initially came here. And it's so comforting to go to a country where I speak the language, of course, but for people who just arrive here, it feels a little bit uncomfortable and scary, because going on a holiday is one thing, but like moving down and taking the step, it's another story. So
we're not afraid of it. I mean, we're learning Spanish. I learned Spanish years ago when I grew up in Ireland. So now it's coming back.
Spanish to me all the time now. When I see you, I say, hola, it's finished. They don't say, hey, good morning. No, hola, buenos dias.
And Anna's been doing her Duolingo, so we'll get there.
228 days straight of Duolingo. I love it.
So you're doing well, both of you. Yeah. So getting back to where we were. Okay, so we were browsing. You ended up with me. We started talking. How did that go? We did a video call.
Yeah, so we did a video call and we told you what we wanted. And then you went out with your video guy and you made videos of specific apartments that we had said.
What did you want?
We were looking for something with lower HOA fees, but something maybe in one bedroom or so at the time. That's what we were looking for. So you went out, made a couple of videos for us, and then I did some more research. And it happened that I looked at a place where we are right now, White Hills, and it just happened that you were just in the same development, just around the corner. Yeah. So it was nice. And that made us feel a bit more comfortable about the move too. You know, it's somewhere where you lived. And so obviously it's someplace where we might want to live. So we decided that we would talk to you and would come with a deposit in March. And if she liked it, I had to go to Ireland because my mom wasn't well. Mm-hmm. So Anne came down with Sarah. And if she liked it, then she was going to sign the paperwork and we were going to buy our one bedroom.
Yeah.
And that developed then into loving the one bedroom so much that we decided we wanted to buy a two bedroom as well, which is where we are now.
I caught them. Oops. So yeah, now you're living here. You're eventually, Anne came with her daughter. We looked around. I think we saw maybe also some other properties.
No, we didn't, because we were already sold on this one here.
Yeah. It was just,
I guess the point I wanted to make too is Sarah, Ann, and I were safe here. We felt perfectly safe walking around. We weren't walking around at 11 o'clock at night or anything like that, but we walked to the grocery store just like Aidan and I do. We walked on the beach. We got all of our groceries. We walked to restaurants when we wanted to eat out. And we were all in this neighborhood at the time because our one bedroom wasn't ready yet. And we felt perfectly safe and enjoyed the company of the local people when we talked, when we were walking. I thought it was, again, a great feel for the town of Sosua and the people here. So again, that was a clincher for us, that this was, if two women could be very safe here, then this was the place where we could be.
So to tell the viewers a little bit, this area is a developing area still, not just the residential where we're in, but also all around. There's a lot of construction going on, which is a bit annoying, but it is for now and maybe the next 2, maximum 3 years, I think. But this area is very desired because, like Anne and Aidan say, you can just walk here and be in the center of town within 10 to 15 minutes. And a lot of Canadians and Americans who are more from the north, and also Europeans, where it gets really cold, gloomy, and snowy, they don't mind just doing a walk of 10 minutes. They put a hat on.
10 minutes. We walk for an hour and a half almost every morning.
Yeah.
And it's still not too hot, which is nice. Yeah. So, and you're talking about, annoying that the construction's here for 2 or 3 years. I find it reaffirming. Because what it means is we've bought in an area where there's going to be more development, where there's going to be more people, so obviously it's a desirable area.
And also, it's the right moment to buy, because now that things are developing and it's not finished, it gives you a chance to get in at a better price.
Yes.
And also, when everything is finished, we all know, we're not idiots, that once it's finished, it increases in value. So it's not just buying a home, but also having a good investment, because maybe things in life, they change, and in 10 years you see things differently, or you want to go elsewhere or whatever, and then you have to make sure that your property can be sold.
Yeah.
And that's the right thing about this area, that you can easily resell and just go change your life. Although I'm not going to let you go, because now we became friends, and we're like a little club, so we cannot really change that. So getting back to the story a little bit, so people understand, Anne and her daughter came here. We were laughing with Aidan because he had to stay in the cold and the gloominess. And
no, he went more to the gloominess because he got out of the cold. I had to go to Ireland for my mom.
The rain. Yeah. The rain in Ireland.
And gloominess. He was mad and jealous because we were sitting in the sun having a good time, and
I wouldn't say mad.
It was hard. It was But then eventually, so we locked in 2 units for you. We locked in a 1-bedroom, and then eventually you decided to buy a 2-bedroom unit that wasn't even there.
It didn't take much, to be honest, because I worked for a builder for 4 years in Canada, so you know that pre-construction is always good. And I can see the drawings and understand the pre-construction. Anne had a little bit more time with it. It was a bit more difficult, but she was able to see the 1-bedroom when we knew, because we got the drawings for the 2-bedroom, so I was able to tell her how much bigger the living room was, the bedrooms were, the balcony was, and the 2-bedroom. So then we decided that we would have a 1-bedroom in the same compound as the 2-bedroom, and that would mean we could accommodate friends and family, or we could rent out on Airbnb as well. So we see it as a nice investment, and when we're not here for the 2-bedroom, we'll rent the 2-bedroom also.
Yeah, and the nice thing is that when you're in a development like this and you already buy a one bedroom, you see how it's finished. You already know that you're good with the finishes and with the quality
Yes.
of work. So
Yeah.
you know that what's coming is gonna be the same as what you have because
Yes.
you get to know the builder and everything. So also from our company, we only connect with solid builders, solid companies, solid developments. We're not going to get you into something that is not a good idea because, like I said, I am in real estate since almost 10 years, and throughout the company, we have people working in real estate between 4 and I don't know how many years. Patrick has been in real estate forever, so our reputation is worth more than just one sale.
Yeah.
And it's not just about selling, it's also making, for me it's a big goal, and it sounds maybe stupid, but it's not only about making money. It gives me great satisfaction when you arrive at a place with clients and you see the big smile on their face, or they get emotional because they feel that that is home. That is one of the main goals in my job. Of course, we're here to make money because you got to put bread on the table, but also the goal is also to feel good about what you're doing and the goal in life. So that's what we try to do throughout the company. So not just here in Sosua, Cabarete, Puerto, Plata, but also in the areas of Las Terrenas and even in other areas that we haven't mentioned, like Santo Domingo, Punta Cana, wherever. If you need assistance, we have partners in all areas, so we can assist you throughout the country. So we don't sell in Canada anymore, sorry. We don't do that.
That's okay.
It's too cold.
So then you came, Aidan came, you took possession of the one bedroom. I think we opened a bank account, didn't we?
No, we're going to do that
We still
soon.
have
We've
to
been
do
here
that.
now for 2 weeks for the second trip. We have the required paperwork. We just have to get down there someday. We've been busy. We've had a lot of stuff that we ship. There's a company in Canada called shiptodr.com, and they're amazing. So again, when you're on these expat pages in Sosua, Cabarete, you know this stuff already. So they were a company that came highly recommended. We've shipped barrels down with them. We actually shipped down 2 mattresses from them as well. So we've done well. We've been really happy with all of the services we've had so far. And the thing about it is, when we don't know somebody here, Margarita knows a guy.
Yeah, knows a guy. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had some furniture made recently.
Yes, we did.
And still a few little things that have to come.
Yeah.
And yeah, in general, I always know. And sometimes I know that you always say like, oh, we don't want to bother you. But I prefer you to bother me because I don't see it as bothering. I prefer you to ask me because I've been doing this for 12 years. I've been here for 12 years, selling real estate for almost 10. And I have all the contacts. And I don't want to like say anything bad, but how should I say, the Dominicans in general, you need to know the right Dominicans.
Yeah.
Not that they're bad, but some Dominicans, they're a bit more relaxed, and I don't know if you know the term mañana. Mañana is tomorrow. If you say tomorrow, it means it can be tomorrow, but it can be also next week or maybe next month. And we, as a real estate company and people in the area, we know our people to do all kinds of jobs. For example, if you buy a house and it already has a couch, but you don't like the color or it looks a bit dingy, we have a reupholsterer who can reupholster it and make it beautiful. We can have curtains made, we can have furniture made, because in this country, because there's humidity, of course you can buy IKEA furniture because IKEA also exists here. But with the humidity, it doesn't always work well. So sometimes it's a better choice just to come with the pictures of the things you like and tell us, okay, I want this like this in this size, and then just have it made in solid wood, because even if it gets dirty or ugly, then you can sand it down and it looks like new again.
I like supporting the locals too. I think if
that's
we're going to
true.
come here and live in this country, we need to support the people that are living and working here. And so that's one of the things that I really appreciated about this development, is that it's all the people that are working here are all local people from the Dominican or from Haiti, and they're hard workers. That's clear to see. And so that's one of the things that meant a lot to me, as opposed to some sort of large development that's owned by a multimillionaire. And so that meant more to me, that we've just got 2-story buildings here, small community, up in the country part of Sosua. We can walk in the country for an hour and feel very like we're in the country. The scenery is amazing. Then we can walk another 10 minutes to the grocery store.
Yeah, that's the
So-
nice thing about this area. It's very lush and green.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Also, like about the lushness and greenness, it's great. We don't have a lot of hurricane situation because we're protected by the mountains. That's why nature is so lush, which
Yes.
is also a good thing. Disadvantage is a little bit we have less ocean views because of the lushness of nature, but nature all around is beautiful here. And like Anne says, close to everything, you can walk into the hills and not see one human being and only hear the birds and hear the wind and the breeze. And then a little bit to the other side, you're on the beach or
Yeah.
in the grocery store or wherever.
Yeah.
So I think I don't know if there's something else that you wanted to share. We can also, of course, do another video if people like us and want to know more about it.
Yeah, if they want to know more, we're more
Anne
than
and Aidan have become a super, how do you say, connoisseur?
Yeah.
Like, they know a lot about the
Experts.
area, experts in the area. And maybe they can become locals on our channel to come and talk about
we'll
the
be
Dominican.
Go Dominican Life extras.
Wow, I'm good with that. So I think, isn't it time for a margarita with Margarita?
Yes, it is.
Pick me.
Yeah, I'm up for it. It's 10. Oh, it's almost 2:00.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Somewhere, exactly, exactly.
So why don't we have a drink, say goodbye to all our viewers, and if you want to see us again, you just give us a like, give us all your comments. Don't forget to share this video with all your friends who are looking to buy in the Dominican Republic. And we're here for everything. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.